This is your daily MULN update. So I've gone through every day. I screenshot the option, the open interest, the volume, so I can see which strikes are getting the volume, how much is being added to the open interest each day. See if the open interest is decreasing, so that would mean people are closing out more positions than they're buying. And that's what we do here every day. So I'm going to go over the open interest real quick, and then I'll go over a couple thoughts that I had about MULN in general in comparison to other stocks. This dip is a great buying opportunity. If you're already in, now's the time to double your position. If you're, let's just say you got $100. If you already put in 25, now's the time to put in another 25. If it dips again, put in the other 50. Personally, I think there's a time where you should be all in by this time. I mean, it might be able to drop to 69 cents, but it's not going back to 50. I can assure you of that. And if you're thinking about it, if we're going to $2, so I'll actually do that here in a second. Actually, let's do that. So let's go here. All right. So if we think that $2 is coming up and you can buy at $1, you can buy at 80 cents, or you can wait for 60 cents. Okay, so if I know it's going to $2, which we'll explain why it's going to $2 for sure, then, and it's at $1, I don't know that it's coming down to these prices, but I do know that it's going to this price. So I want to lock in that I'm going to double my money. So I'm putting at least 50% of my money here. And this is a YOLO, people. So when I say 50% of your money, I'm not talking about 50% of the money you're willing to bet on any given trade. I'm talking about 50% of your net worth. This is that kind of bet. And so when it drops down to 80 cents, if I was to wait for I didn't get in at the dollar, I said, you know what, I'm going to wait till 80. Now when it goes to $2, I've made 1.5 times my money. So here I made 1 times my money. Here I make 1.5 times my money. But I had to take the chance that it was going to drop there for an extra 50% gain. And so, again, that's where if you've already put in money, this is the time to double down. If it drops to 60 cents, then you could have 2.5x your money if you wait to put all your money in then. But really the best thing is you should have done 50% right here. Now you do another 25% right here. And then if it does happen to drop again to probably 70 cents, drop in your last 25%. But that's how you should be thinking about trading on things that you know are going to bounce. Now let's talk about the open interest real quick. So on the first, March 1st, so basically the day after the big drop, the open interest was at 61,626. It's a gamma interest of 24.6% based off a 25 million float. And we don't know what the increase was because I don't have the data for the day before. I just started tracking this after the 190% day increase dropped to 40%. Then the next day, we saw that the open interest grew to 85,216. So it's 34%, a 5.4% increase. And it was 707,000. So if we just take the number of contracts, basically there's 24,000 contracts that was added. And I'm assuming average price is $30 per contract. That is a safe assumption. I'm actually lowballing it. I have the data to go do basically exact numbers, but I'm not too worried about it right now. I'd rather just be conservative. And so basically, after it dropped that 40%, $707,000 went into the option buying. After it dropped another, it was like 10% the next time, another $476,000 went in. After yesterday, there was another slight drop of like 5%. There's $257,000 that went in, and we grew, so 24,000 option contracts here. Then we grew 16,000 option contracts here. We grew 8,000 option contracts here. But let's talk about some other things real quick. So if we go here, Trades made a video on MULN. There's 68,000 views on this. If you come through, there's 2,000 comments. If you come through and look at these, look at the likes, look at what comments are getting likes. There's just lots of bullishness. People are buying this one. I can assure you people are buying this one. I cannot assure you this is going to be like GameStop and AMC. I cannot assure you this is going to go to, so for MULN to be like AMC, so AMC went from $2 to $72, but with all the dilution they had, it was actually a bigger squeeze than GME, and it was more like $2 to, there was 400% dilution, so it was more like $2 to $300. For MULN to do that same thing, you would have to hit a $150 stock price. I'm not telling you that's going to happen. What I'm telling you is that they have 500 million shares to dilute, and when the stock price was up, so if we just go over here, when the stock price was up, much of the last 2 years, anywhere from $5 to $12, they didn't dilute their shares. They didn't bank on cash like a lot of other companies did. And so when they do a day where they rocket the price 250% in a single day, or 200% in a single day, from 70 cents all the way to $2, and then they crash it again, and there was no dilution, and they're not diluting yet, this is to get everyone's attention. Look around right now. Look around in the market. Look around if you go to the short squeeze, there's a guy who brings up a thing that talks about the number one talked about tickers. MULN's the number one talked about ticker right now on r/short squeeze. It's probably also the number one on r/small street bets. If you like this video and you go and like all my comments, eventually I'll have enough karma that I can post these in Wall Street bets, and I'll comment with all the haters. MULN's a guaranteed bet right now. And so here's the deal. What I'm getting at is they let this go up 200% because they wanted everyone talking about MULN. And now they're crashing the price, and they're making people that want to get in scared to get in. This is where you get scared to get in, and you're like, ooh, it's down 13%. Ooh, it's down 10% the day before. Ooh, how low can it go? I don't know. I can't buy. And now you're too late. Or what you do is you put in 25% of your money right now, and then all of a sudden it shoots to $2 again, and you're like, boom, we're going to the moon. I know it now, and here's 75% of my money, and now I'm going to throw it in at $2 instead of getting it in at 75 cents. That's literally what happens to the majority of traders. And so if you think that's something you've done before, if you think that's something that you tend to do, and you're holding back right now, this is not the time to hold back. Whether you get in at 77 cents or whether you get in at 70 cents or you get in at 60 cents, this price is going high enough to where you're talking about a small change in percent gains to wait that long, and you don't know if it's going to pop right now. You don't know if it's going to pop tomorrow or Monday. And so there's no reason to take that risk when the money is so certain right now. Take the certain money, and the money is certain today. The money was certain yesterday. The money was certain the day before. At $1, the money was still certain. And so that's my philosophy on this. What I believe is we're going to see probably another spike to $2 or $3. And then I believe that it's going to trade sideways for a day or two. And then I think it's actually going to spike again to $4 or $5. And that's where they're going to start collecting some bag holders. And so the bag holders aren't in the play yet. The bag holders, maybe there's a couple that feel like bag holders that got in at $2, but they're not bag holders. As long as they're still holding, they're going to break that $2 mark. They should be averaging down right now. Now's the time to be throwing in more money. But ultimately, as this play starts to go back up, the reason they're bringing the attention around it, the reason they want people talking about it before they let it go back up, is because when it goes back up, there's going to be a lot of people that say, oh, I missed it, don't want to miss out more, so I'm going to FOMO in. That's the people they're looking for. And on this first spike, not enough people joined in. So they got to get your attention on this first $2 spike, and then they drop it back down. Now they're going to make it look like it's a terrible play, and then boom, they're going to rocket it up again. And then that's when everyone that's got it on their watch list right now, because let's just say there's 10,000 to 100,000 people invested in this. Well, there's 1 million people to 2 million people that got it on their watch list and thinking about investing into this. Those people come after the next pop, and they're like, oh, it wasn't a fake. Oh, this is going to squeeze. Oh, how high can it go? Who cares how high can it go? The fact is, we're at the bottom right now, and we need to get in. There's no way they're bringing it back below that 50 cent number. Otherwise, everyone that came in at the 50 cent number and squeezed it to $2 would come right back because they only have more support. I just showed you with the options. There's more support than ever in buying on the options, and for every option buyer, there are more stock buyers. So understand, now is the time to get in your money. Like, if you want to get in your money now, when it goes to $2, you want to take out 75% and then let the other 25% ride, you're still going to make 200, 300, 400% on your money. It's simple. It's a simple game, people. This is how you play the game. You get in when it's good, and this is when it's good. One thing that I want to show you, so let's go over this company real quick. This is a company I was tracking a while ago. Last year, Meet Kevin was talking about this company a lot, saying this was a great squeeze company. It was actually FRX that merged with Body, and he was getting a lot of people to invest in the FRX options for a squeeze, and then the squeeze never squoze. And it's because let's see what we got going on here. It's because they diluted the crap out of everybody. And so if you see right here, this is when the merger happened. I think the merger happened probably in June-ish. And so somewhere around here. And basically they did the merger, and they went from $500 million market cap at the $10 strike to I believe is $2.5 billion market cap at the $10 strike. Basically, they injected 500% of their shares all in one moment. And over the course of that stock, it just bled out. Dropped 80%. And there was a lot of bag holders in this one. And it's because they diluted them at the top at $10. They diluted the crap out of them, collected all the cash, and just let the price plummet. And now it's just a dead stock. And so the difference between, it's like, this is something to be afraid of. Like, if this is where MULN was at, then like we wouldn't be feeling too hot on it, because it would have a $500 million market cap like this one does at its bottom price at the $2. It's still got a $500 million market cap. And so it takes a lot of retail to move that price. But with MULN being at 25 million, you know that they got to get that price up so that they can dilute their 500 million shares. MULN has 500 million authorized shares to dilute if they so please, but they're not going to do it at this price. They want it up here when they dilute. And so they'll probably dilute some at the $2, a little bit more at the $5, and then eventually they'll probably let it go to $10 in a couple months, and then that's when they'll probably repeat a pattern like this and just crash the price after they get max dilution that they think they can get you guys to pay. But there's no reason not to make the money on the way up. So get your orders in. MULN is a sure thing. Surefire. If anyone actually wants to have real debates on this, I do have a YouTube, The God Pill. I would be happy to bring anyone on my YouTube that thought that they had a bearish sentiment for MULN. Yeah. I'm always down to talk the facts. And the facts say retail's buying. The facts say the market cap is incredibly small on MULN. And the facts say when you buy a small cap stock that is incredibly small and a lot of retails all buy it together, the price moves up. We've seen it happen on 100 different stocks in the last 2 years. This is no different. It will go up. The question is how much. The question is, when do they start diluting? Those are the real questions. Until then, make your money. Make your money, people. I'll be back with another daily update on Monday.